Well, one thing I would like to share with you is that when we talk about company governance, it entails a lot of topics, right? But I think for the purpose of this discussion, I probably focus on two important elements. The first one is about ownership. As you build your company, you have to understand who are the shareholders, and it has to be clearly stated on your status of the company. And number two is about decision-making process. A lot of early-stage companies, startup or SMEs, have a hard time sharing information with the team. They sometimes feel like they have to be carrying the whole burden of building the entities that they have started. So it's very important that they are able to translate what is needed to be done to the team members so that they can stimulate the thinking process and make it much more collective. And through that process, you will know that decisions are a lot more easier because the team needs to understand what are the key elements that are motivating your decisions, right? Why are you making those decisions? And sometimes, if other team members are not able to understand that, they will not be able to execute, or they will reach exhaustion. So decision-making process is very important. It doesn't rely on one individual, but also focuses on making sure that you're working as a team to come to a decision-making process. So I think the other element that I want to add to the two others that I've mentioned earlier on is around the legal framework and compliance. You know, we tend to think that as a very small company, we can bypass the legal framework that already exists locally. So as you begin to establish your company, number one, you have to make sure that it's rightly registered, right? You have to make sure that you actually report to the tax office and comply to all the requirements based on what is imposed locally. And it's very important. And a lot of these small companies will complain that, oh, well, I'm still too small to do the paperwork and so forth. So they will miss on reporting back on a monthly basis, and they will have to play catch up later on. So I always say, you know what? No matter how small you are, the moment you're a registered company, please take the time and make sure that you surround yourself with the right resources to rightly report and comply to all the requirements, because that's what we build on your governance structure.